Hopefully I don't have to edit a single thing because I really don't feel like it with where I am. Hello everyone. I'm Darkness Steven. Look, I don't care what you call me right now. I've got some issues. Anyone else ever realize that people who are on the internet either continuously make content or show up live, or they have to come on camera and explain like why they're not doing that? Yeah, I'm in the second camp right now. I feel like I'm having to do that way more often than I want to because, unbeknownst to most people, I actually do like having like things of my life private. I'm more shy than it seems. This career kind of just landed in my lap. I should cut to the chase though because there are people whose retention span is about as short as a TikTok video. So I know I've lost like, I don't know, everyone by now. Things have not gone exactly to plan. Or if there was a plan, it was a really bad one. So this is a hospital lobby. I'm assuming during the day it would be way busier and I'd be even more embarrassed doing this. But it's 4:29 a.m. in the morning on it's the 29th now. September, does that matter? Yeah, I guess month matters. I'm not here for me because this would be really weird garb if it was for me. I don't have the gown on. It's not really flattering to my figure, but my dad makes it look really good, considering that I don't think I really have a choice in apparel for him. So like, I don't want him to feel down that he might not be like strutting his stuff in the yellow that they gave him, yellow orange. So yeah, things have happened. My dad's here at the hospital. I'm here at the hospital because there's just no other choice. And before being here at the hospital, for those of you who came to any live streams, there's somebody, and I hear people around the corner, so I might just randomly get quiet sometimes. There's not many people left that I really respect through and through, or that I feel like earned it in my life. And that's a really hard thing to say, especially if like you're watching this and you know me and you're just like, I didn't earn it. No, there are some people who like you have to take a leap of faith with even something more than just trust, kind of respect the idea that they could do something to earn that when they already had no reason to be someone that's respectful. Like, it's weird to know that it's only in about 12 hours it'll have been a week since Steve died. While losing your ex-father-in-law doesn't sound like a big deal, it is. Because he never really stopped considering me as family and never stopped giving me updates about his 5-year-long fight with cancer. And I mean, he was only supposed to make it 6 months, right? So 5 years is a long time to make it. Usually that's something I keep saying. I keep saying I'll make an update. I'm going to make an update video. Like Vamp, still mad props to everyone who just, and a giant thank you for anyone who's still a member, still supporting in any way. I'm going to get to the monetary part because people call me a griefer in the last video I did for an update, saying I'm obviously asking for money. The only response I had to them was that, like, if I was in need of money in that way, I just outright ask for help. Otherwise, somehow, I'm still somehow making something work type deal. No, I'm going to probably actually ask if you can spare a few pennies because things are just not working out well. So no need to get in the comments and say I can see right through this guy. No, I'm honest when need be. This is not a video just asking for that. It's just saying that I'm meant to be on live streams. I'm meant to be working in the office, doing videos, I was just made aware that there's a game, Squirrel with a Gun. Now, among other games I want to play, like Silent Hill 2 is coming out, and it's October. I want to play that. And I wanted to get it early. Dead Rising remake. That's out. Wanted to have already played that. I actually wanted an advanced copy of that. Didn't get that. Even if I had, I was busy. I was busy because I became an actual full-time father again. For the first time in 6 years, since November 2018. I've had a month of being a full-time dad again. And in 2018, I worked all nights, and I don't know how I ever pulled it off. And I think the idea that my brother had already died from what he was going through, plus that my parents were able to be stable enough to take care of themselves, and like no other like mortal catastrophes were occurring in that particular moment, but just I was going through my divorce, the final leg of. It sounds like I'm rambling on, but it's this. I got to be able to be a full-time dad again, at the cost of somebody had to die for it to happen. I have 50-50 custody with my ex, and she was by her father's side for 3 weeks. He passed away this past, 12 hours from now, less than that. It'll be a week from now. And since he had been hanging on for so long, the visitation was the next day and the funeral was on Tuesday. So I've had zero time to process that, given that on the day of the visitation, that's my brother's birthday. And that's a lot to unpackage. And I don't want to unpackage it right now, because that's the birthday that my brother was supposed to live to at least, before he told me to keep a secret for him so that my parents didn't have a burden on him. September 23rd, you can go check, again, for the ones that call me a griefer and saying that I only show up on camera just for the money grab. You can fact check me. Just go check my about part of my YouTube channel. I made the channel on my brother's birthday, September 23rd, 2015. I made the channel for the idea that it gave him a purpose, a reason to keep going, that I could share what my brother had with the rest of you guys. I'm not anything special, but my brother was, and I wanted everyone to see that. I wanted to see people see what I could do in my element, which is basically just ask why. Just smart enough to know when something's off, but that's about it. He died before he got to be on the channel, and then my photography career tanked, and lots of stories that can come out of that. By the way, my dad hates the term calling your life a story. Your life is a story after you died, and when you're living it, it's not that. I'm gonna ramble if I don't just get to what's important. This past Monday, I figured I'd be doing a stream that was kind of to keep my mind off of things for my brother's sake, because it's for my brother's sake. No, he's been dead for 8.5 years. It's for my sake, because like this black part of my hair is what I've been able to reclaim after all this time. This blue is my brother, and I'm finally being able to feel like I'm looking like me again when I see myself in the mirror. Instead, I was worried about my son not going to a visitation, still needing to pull the full-time dad thing without any backup. I don't have any like nanny on call type deal, because if I'm not available, then his mother usually is. If his mother isn't, I usually am type deal. 50-50 custody. We actually kind of sort of work together on that in a way that I'm not delving into it any deeper than that. So I've been busy being a full-time dad with a child that's grieving over a grandpa that just died, and who's also worried that he's going to have another grandpa die, which is my dad, who's in a room that direction, in that general direction. My dad's been in here since the day before my brother's 40th birthday. Uh, no, the day of. My ex-father-in-law died. Then my dad decided to get himself admitted instead of coming when I asked him to on the 21st when I knew there were issues. He came Monday for convenience sake. I don't know what he was thinking. Don't ask me to make sense of him all the time. I'm his son, but he's a ball of crazy of his own. And now I'm in the hospital because I'm here to try to help advocate for whatever he needs done. His back's broken. Again, saw that coming. That's not the problem. It's an AKI that doesn't seem to be able to be fixed. A bladder stone that I need to advocate for the idea that is symptomatic of we need to explore bladder cancer, among other things, which isn't a fun thing, but to talk about. But my dad is getting older, and so I guess it's kind of cruel to say since he's getting older, the idea of something that could shorten his life to like 3 to 5 years is bad. I don't know what to say about that. But people at the elevator. And don't worry about the nasal cannula. I'm actually more fit right now than I have been since 2020 when I got the big C virus. It might not look it, but oxygen therapy is letting me regain use of parts of my right lung that I never thought I'd have again. I know it's happening. I don't need consistent x-rays to know that's working because I can breathe again. When you don't have your ribs, expanding, your diaphragm expanding at a certain part because you can't breathe deeply, I guess that's becomes kind of obvious that it's not working, and now it does. And you guys actually helped fund like majority of the thing I'm breathing from right now, oxygen concentrator. So I'm still going through all of that myself. I'll figure that out. It'll be an ongoing thing. I got an extension tube. I'll just stick this outside the office and I'll make videos as soon as people stop trying to like end their mortal coil on me any second. Yeah. My dad's in the hospital. I'm here because delirium seemed to have set in. Can't confirm that's exactly what's going on, but that's what it looked like. My dad's been in hospitals now out of the past 3 months for about 2.5 of them, if you include rehab, the subacute rehab center that he went to. And one of the only things that you can do for someone who's going through a delirious phase, which is usually acute and will go away on its own within days to weeks, is having them around loved ones, things that are set pieces, people, because the hospital will screw with your mind after a certain amount of time. So that's where I am, trying to help my dad, since my ex-father-in-law, who I respect for a lot of reasons I want to make his own video about. I'll tell my son not to watch this because I just want you guys to know how a guy that wasn't allowed at my wedding back in 2010 because of my skin color and marrying his very light-skinned daughter turned out to be someone that I realized I respected more than just about anyone else, because he was an adult that had the ability to grow, and we lost that. Another adult that could grow. I mean, death happens all over the place, but it's not like I'm saying some people deserve to die more than others. It's my pain part. Some of this is cathartic for me, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say all this out loud. I just know I haven't been around. Now it's my dad that's in the hospital. My son is back with his mom. And I'm sitting here talking to you guys. Maybe I'll put chapter markers so people can see what the point is, so they can get to the TLDR. TLDR, I've been gone for a month because my dad's been sick, and also my ex's dad has also been sick and dying. He died this past Sunday, a week ago. My dad's still alive. AKI, there's a bladder stone. Got to figure out what else is going on. My son is not handling any of it well, and I have what feels like zero time to work. My dad continuously has been asking me, when do I ever stop? The answer is no, but that doesn't mean I'm earning money. For all the people who thought I was being a griefer before, get ready. I actually put my money where my mouth is. I actually do ask for help if I need help. For everyone who's a member, thank you for staying a member while I have not been live streaming and putting out content. I really, during October, want to play. There's a few games that kind of fit the theme. Silent Hill 2 is coming out. Come on. I mean, that was my bread and butter when I started the channel. I want to do that. And Dead Rising Remake, that's a game I really want to do because my brother and I enjoyed playing that so incredibly much. This is why I have to like humble myself in a way that when people say they're humbling themselves, they're usually not. But this is shooting my pride right in the foot. I do not like begging. I do not like... I know I get on live streams and saying I'm trying to save up for something. But usually it's for the idea of, like, you see I'm hooked to this. I need to be healthier because I'm a shitty dad if I'm not healthy. And I can't be here and just up and go and be there for people who, like my dad, who is in the hospital if I'm struggling breathing and have a busted lung. I can't be the person I would like to be for people who depend on me and count on me. I don't need to be infirm and recovering. I need to just be better. And you guys are helping me do that by helping me pay for this daggum thing. Now is the time where I realize that, yeah, pride has to get cast aside because my dad is over there in the hospital room. It's not like he has money, and he's trying to offer to help me pay my own rent. That can't happen. He just racked up another $1,000 in bills being in this hospital. And that's where I'm saying for anyone, hey, did you want a cup of coffee from Starbucks tomorrow? I know I'm just a random internet dude, but I could actually really use it at the moment. I'm behind on my rent from last month, and I don't know how I'm going to cover it this coming month. I've been trying to cover everything else. I do promise I'm not gone. I'm not just showing up to be the griefer some people think I am. I'm just trying to be the person that I don't even know how to cry properly yet over Steve being gone. I don't want to think about the idea that my dad could be in mortal peril. My son hasn't been able to shed a tear yet because it all happened too fast. Less than 48 hours after he lost a grandfather, he was buried. And it's all just been a blur for me trying to put out one fire to the other. This is my career, whether I like it or not. I am still studying to be a nurse. Georgia Board of Nursing, hey, I made one mistake in the past that I literally tried to tell the truth on. Please still accept me into your programs and let me get my education and be a nurse. Because I promise you, I'm not morally evil or wicked. I would like to actually help people. I would like to be one of the people on the floor that's probably walked by and seen me doing this right now. I'd like to do that because sense of purpose and actually helping people for once in my life. But it's really hard to do that at the same time that you're in a hospital taking care of your dad. At the same time, you need to be a full-time dad to your son who is grieving over his other grandpa being dead. If you can help out, that's great. If you want to ditch my channel because you're tired of me doing videos like that, I get it. I'm supposed to be entertainment. I haven't been a great entertainer lately. Sorry about that. I'll try to be back at it. Some people like it when I'm being real and whatnot. I'm pretty sure this is about as real as it gets, where I'm just telling you my dad's in the hospital. I don't know really what much to say. I'm gonna now go back in there. I really don't want to accept anything from him, so I'm reaching out to you guys. So griefers, go to your Reddits and make sure that you slam me once again for being one of the people that ruin YouTube for just using it for the suckers and for their money. That's not what I'm doing. If you feel like helping out my situation, I'd really appreciate it. And if you don't, just skip over this video and wait for me to come live again. I'll be back, and really hope this doesn't get dragged out so long that in like over a week and some, I can't be playing Silent Hill 2 and finishing up other games I haven't done. I think this video has gone on long enough, because part of me wants to continuously try to unpack things that I really shouldn't unpack right now. I shouldn't be unpacking grief yet, because I need to write it out. I shouldn't be unpacking what my son's been going through. I need to write it out. I shouldn't be unpacking why my ex-father-in-law's death hurts like a son of a bitch. I need to write that shit out. You guys need to hear a good story, because now that he's dead, it is just a story of how some bigoted asshole became actual family to me, and that I think the world needs more people like him. And that's a lofty statement to say from a guy who refused to come to a wedding because of my skin color. But he was an adult who could learn, and I don't meet a lot of those. And I don't want to unpack that right now, because that's this whole other talk. Adults that just refuse to learn and change and grow, and when they have to grow a little too much, they go back to their corner of what they believe and what they hold on to. And Steve was not that. World could use a little bit more of that kind of thing. My dad is another good example of that. Learned to do whatever he needed to. He could have ditched me and my mom a long time ago. He didn't. Statistically speaking, he should have. My mom got sick with multiple sclerosis. My brother's sick. On average, people who marry into sick families do ditch them if they don't die fast enough, basically. Instead, he's offering to try to help me pay my backed rent and my rent for this coming month. My dad's a good guy. If there's a millionaire watching, please exclude me from anything. Say none of it can go to me, and please pay off my parents' house and let them live in luxury for the time my dad has left. He earned it, when a lot of human beings have never earned anything they got. He's earned the entire world and has gotten nothing in return, it feels like. For those who just want to, for a second, help me out during this, I appreciate it. Otherwise, no, I'm on the verge of unpacking way too many things, so I should just shut up now. I had to even bring a light, because I knew I was going to have to do something of some sort, because I really thought I'd actually be behind a camera again after Steve died, and I'm in a hospital. So that's why the camera came with me. It's not a ploy. Do I need to swivel it around so you guys can see it? I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I'm just in the lobby. Anyway, hopefully I can finish up some series you guys want me to finish. I can do things that are October themed. I can be back home. And I can hopefully, more and more time goes on, breathe easier. And we can just ignore this, because I'm actually physically doing a lot better. I might be hooked up to this, but hopefully soon this will be just a memory in a few months. So that's all I got for right now, and I hope to see you guys back while I'm actually in my home, in my office, actually earning my keep, instead of asking for a few pennies instead of you guys getting a cup of coffee. I hope to be doing that and seeing you guys while I'm doing that really soon. Like really soon. Because that means things got a lot better really fast. So that I hope it's really soon. Bye. And now I shall awkwardly hit the end button because I don't feel like editing this video. I got shit on my plate.